Hi, this is Dr. Tim Clare again with ProHealth and Wellness Chiropractic from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Dr. Dunn.
I'm still Dr. Marcus Dunn.
And he is, and we're still here. We're talking a little bit today about some of our most memorable cases. Just some people who, or a person or a patient, who can you think back on, just real quick, short, that you saw chiropractic make a pretty substantial difference in their lives?
Probably the biggest one that really stands out was a patient I had really early in my career. Little boy Anthony was his name. His mom had heard me do a talk and talking about the benefits of chiropractic care beyond just the back pain, headache model of things. And she told me that her little boy Anthony, who was about 3 or 4 years old, I think.
3 or 4?
Had had chronic ear infections basically since the day he was born. He had had multiple times that had tubes in his ears, had had enough antibiotics to kill an elephant. And he just kept having one ear infection after another, and just nonstop. She brought him in to see me, and it was really kind of sad because he was at an age where he was old enough that he should have been speaking well. And the speech that he had, it was very monotone, so you could tell that he had had some permanent hearing loss because of the chronic ear infections he had had, again, for 3 or 4 years, whatever age he was. And the really neat thing is he came in, we checked him, we started adjusting him, and within the first week after he got adjusted, no more ear infections. And I probably saw Anthony over the course of, I'm going to say, probably about 6 months.
Wow.
During that 6-month period, he never had another ear infection again. And to me, it was such a great thing to see. I was just so disappointed that she didn't hear me talk 3 years earlier.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yep.
But what a difference you made in that young boy's life.
Yep.
I had an experience as well where one of the ones I kind of go back to, I had a gentleman come in. This was a little bit more of that standard lower back issue. He came in, he was in his early 30s. His dad was actually helping him walk in. He was using his father's cane. His dad was in his late 50s, and he was using his dad's cane to come in. His lower back was just totally out. And he comes into the office, and he tells me that he had to sell his business. He was a brick mason. His dad was a brick mason. His dad still was working the business, but he couldn't do that anymore. So he was working as a custodian. It was hard to keep that job down. Didn't have a wife, wasn't married, but had 2 children he had custody of. And the children, 10 and 11 years of age, he's telling me that they basically have to dress him every morning.
Wow.
Even though he's really bad now, he's bad enough on a daily basis that he couldn't dress himself. And he starts telling me that he's never thrown football with his son. He's never been able to go outside and play with his kids because his back's been so bad. Had to sell his business and couldn't do the things he wanted to do. In a matter of, we treated him for about 3.5 months. In about 3.5 months, he was good to go. Was able to dress himself, was playing with his kids again, actually was able to go back to his other business and start that again, and just changed his life again. So, to me, it really touched me from the standpoint he wasn't able to do certain things with his kids, and now he could.
Yep.
So, thank you.